So if you had printed out I was very excited that I had made a calendar that went through all the days and all the pauses and took us all the way out to the end of the last sequence. And I noticed today that I made a mistake as I was looking at it for my own reference and saying, what day are we on? And I was like, that's not right. So I will make a new one. And it will be much more beautiful because this one was definitely 1.0. But we are on day 7 of vishuddha. So the idea of this space, a great principle resting here, is mastery. And the reason is that this is where the heart and the mind meet. And so the Kundalini sequence for this is so smooth and has a continuity to it that creates a really rather magical stillness. And so this vinyasa will be a similar pattern as last week, but we'll move in and out of something 3 times, and then we'll pause for 3 breaths. And in those pauses, when you're just still, be as inviting in that stillness as you can. Sometimes we can hold ourselves still, but holding ourselves still isn't the mastery we're going for. There's even just now, just notice your stillness. Notice what parts of you are resting in stillness, which parts of you are holding in stillness, and which parts of you are still available to be moving in stillness, like breathing in stillness. And we just want to play and let that stillness get a little bit bigger, because in it is a neutrality, and in that neutrality is a perspective that allows the world out and in. And that's the clear, steady space right here. We don't have to shout to be heard. We don't have to be afraid of what will come in. There's just an ease, a quiet. So that said, come to a seat, and you'll need a block, a strap, and a blanket. We'll actually start on the back. So on your back, draw your knees into your chest. Your knees are wide. And let yourself shift a little side to side, just settling, falling apart a little bit, dropping the weak out of your body, shaking out of your feet, even a little shaking it out of your lips, out of your shoulders. Turn your chin side to side. Go ahead and take your right hand overhead, your right leg long. Drop your chin to your left shoulder. And let your breath get larger. And what will happen is the breath will get larger into the right side of your body. Shake the right foot side to side, the knee up and down. Dropping your right hip, dropping your right shoulder. Shake the left foot out so everything begins to just drop into the floor. And from that drop into the floor, now lengthen right heel, right hand, a little bit of a bow. And then change. Right hand, right shin, left leg long. Drop your chin to the right side. And now the left foot side to side, the left knee up and down, dropping the left thigh. So for me, I can notice that the left side is holding. The left side won't really drop into the floor. Just notice the difference. A little further into the left hand, a little further into the left heel. Turn your chin a little further to the right, bow it out. And then back to center. So we simply move that way, open right, turning left. Back to center, open left, turning right. That's inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Now you find the pace that works for you. Close your eyes. We'll stay 30 seconds. Get a little longer, reaching your heel away from your hand. Get a little longer, reaching your hand away from your heel. Slow it down. Reach. And the next time your right hand is extended overhead, we're going to pause. Right hand overhead, right leg long, drop your chin, stay 3. Invite the right hip to open. Invite the right armpit to open. Invite the back of your right knee to open, the arch of your foot to open, the palm of your hand to open. And change sides. Left leg, left hand. Invite the left hip to open. The back of the left thigh is heavy. Open the left armpit, the left elbow, the arch of your left foot, the left palm. And back to center. Good, rolling up. Take your time to stand. So just shaking all of it a little bit loose. The hands move forward and back. So they can be loose, elbows may be bent, fingers may be loose. You can put a bend in your knee. You can drop your fists down your back, wherever you need to go. Get a little bit of a swing. Displace your feet. And then come back into standing 3. 2. Good, good. So that you can swing your arms wide and cross, and wide and cross, and wide and cross. And now how do the legs want to move? How does the back of the body want to open? So with the hands low, you open the upper back. As the hands come a little higher, come into the sides and under the arms, and then come right across. 5, 4, opening the chest, opening into the hands. 2, good. Bend your elbows, palms face the floor, and a little left and a little right. And can you feel it in through the breath? Can you allow yourself to notice less force and more mobility? Let your chin turn, let your fingertips shake out for 3, for 2, good, for 1. And then finding center, just open the palms and notice your whole body may tingle, may wake. Heels down, toes long, and sometimes that's the only thing we can do in a busy morning. Just let that be so. Open your blanket, set it to the middle, and then come to the top of your mat. So you can sweep up tall. Shake out the fingertips, drop into your heels, wag your tail, and with a little bend in your knees, wide down the backs of the legs, folding down. Reaching up, inhale, retrace the steps, shake it a little bit, and then sweep wide down, fold. 1 more, rising up, your knees are soft, it's the beginning, shake it loose, the jaw, the face, out and down. Take a breath right there. How we can drop in and lengthen from the heels to the toes, from the base of your neck up to the top of your head. And the left foot steps back and the left knee comes down, and we pause a beat. And your hands sweep up high, and then your hands sweep low. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, coming down. So we're coming into the body with these sweeping movements. Keep your hands up high and let your hips move so that there's an ease. So that we can begin to approach ourselves without such a grip or force. Turn your left palm to the ceiling. Right hand holds the wrist, and that's it. Just bend your front knee. And now invite the left hip to open the same way you did on the floor. Invite the left armpit to open, the left elbow. Are you forcing or are you opening as you did on the floor? Effortlessly. Effortlessly. And the hands come down and you step back down dog. Feel the left hand, left hip, left heel. If we can come from the very beginning of our movements into our bodies without force or demand or criticism, we'll have such a different experience. Left foot steps up, right knee comes down. Take your own time. Hands coming up, and we shift forward and back, up through the hands and out through the feet. Use your front heel to help move you forward and back. It can be small, it can be hand on thigh. You're clearing your breathing, you're clearing your joints. Good, hands stay high, and then only the hips. And sometimes we can say, but it's not hard enough. We're not working hard enough. How can this be beneficial? Right palm faces the ceiling, left hand holds the wrist. Come forward softly. Soften your expression, soften your eyes, be met with ease. And the right hip falls open the way you did on your back, and the right shoulder and the armpit opens, and the right elbow falls open. And you arrive in the breath in the right side body. And the hands down. Right foot steps up. Sit deeply down, sweep wide, thumbs up, heart up, stand up. And we return, knees bent, hands wide, fold. Right foot back, right knee down, hands sweep up. Just one time, drop your hands, shift back, let it out, and come forward. Hands down, down dog, step back. Take your time and be deliberate, a breath. The pause organizes us. The right foot steps up, the left knee comes down. Hands up high. And then let it go. And with ease, hands down. Stepping the left foot up. Sitting down to reach wide, to roll up. Hands up, thumbs point back, a breath. Be organized. And sweep wide. Left foot. Left knee, sweep up, hands, and down. And can you take all the haste, down dog, out of your body? The left foot, the right knee, to float up. Open the hip, and to float down. That you're setting a state of mind. Step up, sit down, reach wide. A hastelessness. Right foot, right knee, and up. If your pace is different from mine, be different. Step back. Right foot, left knee. Let other aspects open. Step up, sit down, reach wide, heels down. Last cycle, hands wide, sit down. Left foot, left knee, to right. And to fold, silky smooth, dog. Left foot, right knee, wide. Down. Step up. Reach wide. And fold. Stay in dog. And be still. Soft knees. Drop your head. Extend your arms. Let the posture through you, all its imperfections, all its commentary, let it through. Right foot steps up, left knee down, the top of your left foot flat to the floor. Fit your right armpit into your kneecap. Walk your right fingertips ahead and wide, your left hand symmetric. So you allow your right knee to bend, and your right knee coming into your armpit takes your heart forward and your gaze forward. Top of the back foot flat behind you will want to turn in, and you'll feel, turn your toes in and in and in and in, and you feel you collapse on the left side. So point your toes back. Find the base of your big toe into the floor, and this squares your hips. Now float your right hand, make a fist, and we're going to make a little circle. up into your armpit, up into your chest. All the strange things we've packed away inside there. And then step back, down dog. And feel the armpit open, and as the armpit opens, the elbows open, and the right arm lengthens, and the right hip rises, and the right heel drops, and you are a cascade of space. The left foot steps up, the right knee comes down, right top of foot to the floor. Your left elbow, your left armpit is over your left knee. Yep, nice. Left fingertips wide, right fingertips wide. And let your knee come forward. And as it comes forward, it brings your collarbones up and your heart forward. Now press the top of your right foot down. And again, sickle. So turn your toes in and fall. And there's this kind of really crappy collapse. And we can feel. So straighten it out, and as you reach your toe back, as you find the center of the top of your foot, you find the center of the top of your head. Make a fist with your left hand and find a circle from the knee into the arm. Ha. So we have lymph nodes all up underneath the chest, the pectoral muscle. All the janitorial function of our body. Hands down, step back. And now notice, left hand, left armpit, left elbow, left hip, left heel. Walk your dog. So alternating one heel, then the other, one knee bends, then the other. The hips start to move a little bit more. The movement of your hips comes through the spine. The head can move. Settling, fold your blanket in half, set it aside, check that there's space ahead and beside your mat. And then come to a high plank, belly down, tops of the feet flat. Find a baby cobra. Roll down, right arm wide, roll right, left foot catches you. Back down, belly down, cobra. And left arm out, roll left, right foot catches you. And just begin to move side to side. And as you do, inhale up at the center. And your cobra will begin to open with this roll. So I inhale at center, I exhale as I roll to the side. And you're dislodging all the plans, all the opinions, all the things that you've been so sure of, rolling on the floor, making space. Good. One more each side, and we'll meet in cobra at the center. And the centers of the tops of your feet will be clear, just like we did with the front 1 foot forward. Walk your elbows down, put your palms to the floor, draw your fingertips back towards your wrists, broaden your collarbones. Tops of your feet down, so they're not sickling in, they're not pointing out, right down the middle. Thighs are heavy, chest is broad. Let your lips part, let your tailbone be heavy, let your outer hips wrap forward. From your navel to your heart, lengthen out. From your heart to your head, lengthen up. And a tiny wag of the tail, a little longer, right at the back of the throat, right across the palate of the mouth. To belly down. To press back. Child, knees wide, toes together, tuck of the chin. Good. Rising up, downward facing dog. Press your hands down and away, soften your knees, look back. Walk your feet together behind you. Keep your left foot down, your right foot up. Bend your right knee, bend your left, and press them both straight.
Bend your knees, inhaling, press them straight. Exhale, adding the elbows this time. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. It all collapses. Elbows in, press out. Reach out. And the right foot will step up. Set the blocks outside the right little toe. So one on its belly and one on its side. Just turning so you can see my right side, and the left hand back to warrior two. When I start, all of my weight is in my front foot and my back heel is lost. So straightening the front leg, I can anchor into my back heel, lift your hands, and then come down. So find the back leg, lifting back as your anchor, your foundation. And from that back heel, now straightening your front leg, look to your toes, and see that the second toe is in line with the middle of your heel. Zip it, zip, turn, yeah. And then warrior two. That little bit really makes a difference. Turn your back palm open and turn your chin towards your right shoulder and feel behind your ear, all the way down. Turn your thumb back, opening there. Straighten your front leg. Keep reaching into the back leg, back hand, right hand down to the blocks. Left hand comes up over. Reaching, plugging into the back heel. Look down, hand back, palm open. Good, good, good. Reaching over. Palm faces the floor, looking up. Plug into the back heel. And then reaching back, palm open. Open all the way from the collarbone up under the ear. And over the top. Good. Stay. 3. Turning your chin now into the left armpit. Press your right hand down. Let your left elbow bend just so softly and the fingertips drip. And that opens the left ribs and you stand in the left leg a little more clearly. Left hand wide and down, left knee down to the floor. Right hand back behind you to the left thigh, reach up. So track the line ahead of you, track the line above you, track the line behind you through the top of your head. Look out the top of your head. And then look up and forward and down. Step back, down dog. Left hand, left shoulder, left hip, left heel. Just keep opening and clearing these lines within us. Becoming more possible as we do, more integrated into the day as we do. Walk your feet together and lift your left heel high, bringing it open. Bend your left knee and then press it out, feel it. Bend both knees and then press it out, clearing. Bend both knees, bend both elbows, wrap your elbows in, straighten your arms, press. Step your left foot up, blocks outside the little toe. One on its belly, one on its edge, or more if you like. And widen. Noticing your weight will tend to be forward at the start. So reaching back, find your back heel. Lift your hands up high, and then warrior two. So use your back leg to lift you back. Turn to look at your toes. Usually we need to move our toes a ½ inch, and what that does is create the length from the inner hip through the inner knee. One more, put it together, hands up. Nice, track your knee to the left towards your little toe hold, yes. Right? Good. Turn your back palm open. Keep that opening as you straighten your front leg. Bring your left hand down to the blocks and your right hand comes over the top. Press from your hip to your heel, sweeping back, looking down. Palm stays open to see the sky. Reaching over, look up. Arc into the ribs and then look down. Palm staying open. You're clearing from your heel all the way to your ear. Reach over. One more time. Opening and reaching to
stay, start in your feet. Soften your knees. Let your feet be the point of contact. And then extend. The way we bent and straightened the legs, that tiny bend here, and press into the feet the way you did in your down dog. And as you press into the feet, let the arm feel the extension of the legs. The right side body is long. Look down. Right hand down. Right knee down. Left hand back behind you. Right hand high. So take all the length you just made. Track your gaze above you and behind you and out the top of your head. Opening up under the tongue, the roof of the mouth, the roofs of your eyes, the top of your head. Looking up and forward and down. Set the blocks up at the top. Step back to down dog. Pausing.
Arms are long. Starting to feel, how does it change your breathing? Deepening in and out through the nose. Let that spread and open the ribs. Let the tail reach back. Let the arms press out long. Drop your head. Let your feet be long from heel to toe. Put a bend in your knees. This will be a bent knee dog. And as you straighten your legs, press to plank. Legs straight, heart forward, gaze forward. So bend in your knees, pull back. And exhale, press forward. In back. And press forward. Now can you pull your fingertips towards your palms the way that you did when you were in your Sphinx? So that your hands are gathering towards the center line and your hands are taking some of the work, and maybe it gets a little lighter. And if you're a little willing to play, a little bit of pace. 5. A little more willingness. 3, 2. Look down, put your knees down, put your feet together, keep your hands where they are, set your hips back, knees together. And this opens the low back, keep your palms where they were, this opens the shoulders, let your head fall. And just allow a sensation of traction from the middle of your upper back, out through the shoulders, out through the hands, down into the hips. So the hands as a base and the hips as a weight, allowing the spine between the two to become longer. Tuck your toes, come up, down dog. 3. 2. Walking your feet to your hands. Keep your knees soft, hands to your hips as you rise to stand. Keep your hands at your hips and keep dropping the back of your seat down. Tuck your chin. You'll feel a rush. The blood pressure will readjust. Shoulders down the back, elbows back. So drawing the elbows back and down. Heart comes up, chin comes in. Thumbs are on the backs of your hips, and you're drawing the sacrum down towards the floor. We're not tucking it under, because that creates a real weirdness in the chest. But we're drawing the back of the sacrum down, which is creating a length. And the thighs draw back in response, and the feet lengthen out. And the back of the neck draws up. And as the back of the neck draws up, if we draw the ribs in, you can feel the length through the abdomen. So keeping all of that, shake out the hands, shake out the feet, you can put it back. Right foot down, left knee up, interlace your fingers, standing tall. So same position.
The backs of your hips are drawing down. The front thigh is drawing back. You're opening the right hip the way you did when you lay on the floor. Right hand high. Dropping your shoulder as though you were lying on the floor. Can you find the ease? And can you put the ease in your expression around your eyes? And can you change? So left foot down, right knee to right. And this opens the left hip. So the back of your left hip drops down and that lifts the chest. As the chest comes up, the abdomen's long, the thigh goes back, left hand high. So that the front and the back of your body become very equal and long. And let it go. Left foot steps up, bend your right knee to take the outer edge of your foot. So your right knee goes down. Back of the hips is low. Knees come towards each other, and the left hand comes high. So right elbow is wrapping in, shoulder blade down the back, ribs in. We're not folding forward. We're sending the right hip a little forward, and we're opening the front of the right thigh. And we change. Left hand to left foot. Right hand, open the right side, open the left side. Hips stay even and down the back. And the right hand high. And you're simply looking to feel length from the left hip to the left knee without force, without folding. So right thigh back, pelvis square, right to your fingertips. And as you let it go, stand, heels the width of your hips, palms open. Notice the energy that can feel through the legs, into the body and up into the head. So we don't want to open only the upper body by itself. We want the whole thing to be integrated. Shake it out and add your strap behind you, starting wide enough to go up and over the shoulders. We're going to make the circle that we made last time. So widen your feet just a little bit. You've got a nice base, a bend in the knees. You can feel the strap opening the upper back and across the chest and the throat. There's not a lot of tension. One shoulder doesn't compensate for the other. And we'll meet with the strap in front. Right? So the strap goes over to the left, and the right hand comes over the head and drops down the back. The left hand comes over the head and over the front. Make it longer if you need to. So the right hand over the head and back. And the left hand. Let your torso participate. Let your knees bend. Let your whole body be a part of that circle and take your time. Through the spine, through the back, through the chest, through the hands. And at the center, we go to the right. The left hand comes over the ear and out. And then the right hand comes over and across. So you're making a circle. If this creates a distress signal from an old shoulder injury, just go forward and back. Modify as you need to. We're going to go one more circle, but these are really quite remarkable. Hands down behind you. Wrap your palms to face each other. Heels coming in so slightly. Sit down. Fold your body to your thighs. Lift your hips. Drop your head. Lift your hands to drop over the back. Adjust your strap as needed. Dropping your head.
So we'll go 3 times. Hands down to the hips. Bend your knees. Stand up tall. That's inhale. Sit down. Inhale, fold over. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, fold over. Exhale down. Inhale up. Once more. Sitting down. Folding over. Now stay. Allowing and inviting the backs of your knees to open and lengthen and widen. Allowing the backs of your hamstrings to lengthen and to widen. Letting the backs of your hips rise up toward the ceiling, the back of your neck to be long. Turn of the chin so slight. And hands to your hips. Set the strap down. Hands to the hips, sit down. Press straight down, rise up. Hands stay on the hips. Keep the backs of the hips down. Keep the heart up, the chin in. Feeling what moves through. Shake the hands, shake the feet. And then big reverse circles, right hand and left hand, and right hand and left hand. Through the shoulders, the sides of the neck, the sides of the jaw. So that you can take your right arm under your left, and the right hand holds the left wrist, the left makes a fist. Opening the upper back, step your right foot wide to the right, make your feet parallel. Let your knees be soft and hinge at the hips to fold. And bring your elbows to your right inner ankle and straighten the left leg as you bend your right knee more and more and more. Shift sides. Straighten the right and bend the left and move side to side. Feel the feet as powerful anchors and feel the legs shifting you. And as you shift, tuck your chin, open your upper back all the way out of your outer hips and find center. Heel toe an inch closer. Elbows up, sit down. Find your heels. Elbows up, sit down. Elbows up, sit down. 3, 2. Press down, rise tall. Keep your arms. Open your hips, open your belly, top of the head. Step to the top of the mat. And now release the arms. Palms open, let it through. We're clearing the upper back, the mouth, the face. Big reverse circles. Each day there are things we choose not to say. And sometimes, day after day and month after month, we accumulate what is unspoken. And then in this essence, that's what we're sort of flushing out. So left is under right. Left hand holds the right wrist, right hand fist. Step your left foot wide. Bend the knees, hinge, fold, elbows to the left inner ankle, and then to the right. Move side to side, and maybe there's a little new space under the shoulder blades. A deeper bend in the knees, the inner arches of your feet, the inner hips. One more. To the center. Tuck your chin, heel toe in 1 inch. Tuck your chin to lift your elbows, sit your seat down, heart up. Drop into your heels, elbows up, chin in. 2. Press down, rise tall, open the legs.
Step to the top and release your arms and let it through. Shake it out, add your blanket in the middle of your mat. Last clearing here. Heels go down on the mat, balls of the feet flat to the floor. Knees soft, fold down. Fingertips to the floor, wag your tail. Turning your chin. Hold opposite elbows. Let your elbows be heavy and long. Let your arm bones come up beside your ears and then get long again. Bending your knees as much as you need to here. Feel the base of your big toe into the floor. Feel the base of your little toe into the floor. Feel that widen your seat. There's your foundation. From there, bend your knees. Take your heart forward, lift your elbows. Take your heart forward, lift your elbows. Sit down. The way you came up out of that wide leg fold, lead with your heart. Lift your elbows, lift your heart. Lift your elbows, lift your heart. Bring it up, press down, stand tall, stay. There's going to be a flush, a rush, stay. Everything that is in you unnecessarily, let it flush out. Deepen your breathing, let it move. Bend your knees, take your tail back. We go in the opposite direction, so lead with your heart. We'll want to round, we'll want to collapse. Find your way in. Belly to thighs. Heart, head, hands, stay. Press down at the base of your big toe, down into the base of your pinky, widen your seat. Change the cross of your arms. Hold your elbows one more time. Tail back, elbows up. Tail back, sit down, hard up. Sit down, hard up. Hard up, hard up. Stand up, let it through, let it move. Even blinking your eyes, moving your jaw, your lips. Anchor into your heels, your foundation, your existence, and let everything else come clear, come through. Out the mouth, the jaw, wriggle, rise. Tail back. Last time, tail back, tail back, tail back, tail back, tail back. Heart is last, so belly, ribs, heart, head, hands to the floor. Sit down right into the middle of your blanket. Widen your feet, drop into your hands. That who knows how much we carry around and come to think, oh yeah, that's normal. Right? You don't want that in there. Let your knees move side to side. Oh yeah, that's who I am. No, I am this. I am this bright seam of light. The words we use to describe ourselves have so much power, especially on the inside. Right knee down, left knee wide, right hand high, feet flex. So you will hinge over the front of your left shin. You'll be tempted to fall over the left hip, but instead you'll go straight over the left shin. Drop your head, folding in. 3. Let your knees be heavy. Let your feet be heavy. Let your pelvis relax. Letting all the tension, all the residue out of the body. And rise up. And knees wash side to side. Left knee down, right knee wide. Left hand high. Feet flexed, knees safe. Left hand forward. And right hand forward. You're over your right shin rather than your hip. I know. It would be so much easier to go over the hip. Now's your chance to get your money's worth. How are you holding? How does it show up? What does it resemble? What if you just did the great daring of letting it go? Like just bam, set it down. Who would I be if I let that go? How will I know? And we walk up. Good. Sit to the center. Take your blocks behind you. And we'll put one in the middle. Take your blanket up to the top. And the other on the back. So you have one on its side and one on its belly. If you sit in front of it, you would have 2 fists length. It's a great measurement. From the belly, from this block on its belly, 2 fists to your seat, if not more. So that when you lie back, we're just going to pause for a beat here. This is right under the middle of your rib cage is the first block, lots of support. And then you take the second one, put it under the back of your head. If you don't like the block under your head, you can put it to its belly, or you can swap it out and lay the back of your head to your blanket, or you can fold your blanket double again to the thickness of the block. So it's all about how comfortable the chest, the upper back, the spine, how does that feel? Arms out wide. And here we will breathe. And at first, allow your breathing to be free. Any adjustment you need so that you feel supported and can soften. If the low block beneath you is bothersome, bring it a little higher up behind your heart, and that can help. And then drop your breath down into your abdomen. And as you breathe into your abdomen, allow your feet to move side to side, dropping your thighs more heavily into the floor. Let your knees go up and down. Let the chest broaden and rise. There's space for the diaphragm. There's freedom in the belly. So the diaphragm is a sheet of muscle along the base of your ribs. Feel this. It draws down to draw breath in. It rises up to send breath out. In, 2, 3. Pause, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3. Pause. Out, 2, 3. Add on. In. Pause. We will inhale again to the chest, a yawn or a sigh. Bring it up. In. Pause. All out. Let it go. Be emptied. In the belly. Pause. In the chest. Pause. Out the body.
in the belly, soft. Pause. In the ribs. Pause. Into the collarbones, fill it up. Pause, so full, so soften your body around it and let it all go. Out the hands, out the feet, out the head. 2 more in the belly. Pause. In the chest. Pause. In the throat. Pause, so full but soft, soft around it and all the way out. Silky smooth. 1 more, breathing in the belly. 2, 3. Pause. 2, 3. Chest. In. Pause. Throat. In. Pause. Soft, soft. Exhale. Normal breathing. Feel the space and the capacity that's changed. Tuck your chin and walk your elbows in. Looking forward, walk your elbows down, and then you can move your blocks and come onto your back. Knees bend, feet flat, chest is broad. And feel that suddenly there is a new length into your spine, that the shoulders are wider and they drop into the floor, that the chest is broad and free. You may work right here, or taking your blocks, set up your bridge in the same way. We're going to lift the hips, put the blocks under your seat. They may be on your belly, they may be on their side, and they may be on their tail. It all depends on your body. So the feet are heavy, the thighs falling in and down. We'll do 3 rounds of Viloma breath. So, what a crazy place. Tuck a shoulder under, tuck another. If you like, hold the outer edges of your mat, or if you like, hands overhead holding opposite elbows. Or arms wide. This is yours, your chest. What does it need? Exhale. In the belly. In, pause. In the chest, in, pause. In the throat, in, pause. Out, down. Fall into it. In the belly, in, pause. In the chest, in, pause. In the throat, in, pause, feel it all, let it go, out and out and out and out, 1 more, smooth it out, in the belly, pause, in the chest, pause, in the throat, and it's all out. Stay. No effort in your breath, no effort in your body. Stand in your heels to lift your hips to take the blocks out. Dropping your tail. Hands to your thighs, press lightly away, feet flat. You'll feel the head and the throat and the face. the hint of a smile. You are clearing your inner dialogue. May you be free of the places of your past that you've chosen to carry forward. May you speak and may you hear from this clarity. Draw your knees to your chest. Heels high, hands overhead, that's inhale. Knees bend, hands to shins, that's exhale. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. 2 more. One more. Hands to shins, you'll roll yourself up. You place the blanket behind you. Set the fold to the floor away from you. So when you unfold your blanket, you have an open end and a folded end. And I'm asking that the folded end be away from you. So that when you lie back, the tops of your shoulders are about 1 inch back from the top of the fold and the elbows down. Now this, exactly here, lying down, is an inversion. Your shoulders lightly lifted, your hips lightly lifted, and the back of your head is lower than your heart and your hips. Awesome. Stay. Or bending your knees, press your elbows down and roll your hips up to catch your hips in your hands. Tuck a shoulder, tuck another, just like bridge. Relax your feet, turn your knees in and your heels lightly out. So that's most modified. If you need to, bend your knees more. If you like, lift your hips and walk your hands a step down. Left leg long to the sky, right foot overhead. It doesn't need to touch the floor. Stay 3. Open your left hip the way you did lying on the floor. Open the back of your knee the way you did lying on the floor. And bend both knees, soften it. Straighten your right leg. Open your right hip, open the back of your right knee, let your left foot drop overhead. And now, as if you were lying on the floor, open your right hip. Back of your right knee, even if it doesn't physically happen, feel the sensation that you know is possible. Good. Bend both knees, cross your right knee over your left. Maybe find the bind of your ankles and try to straighten your legs from there. Go 3. You'll hug your inner thighs. You'll create a little lift up out of the heart space, a little lift up out of the top of the shoulders. And then relax your knees down, uncross. Cross your right knee behind your left over right, maybe the hook of the bind at the ankles. And now press your knees away from you and let your inner thighs lift you up. 3. 2. And the knees drop and the feet drop. And your hands help catch your hips and you roll down and down and down and down. And feet to the floor. Spine on the blanket, back of the head on the floor, hands on thighs. Press away. Explore how different a full breath is now. The space internally, all the way up under the collarbones, to the tops of your lungs, down into the hips. Turn of the chin side to side. You'll turn right over so your knees and shins are on your blanket and your arms extend out into a child. It's a counter pose for that shoulder stand. Just face the back of your mat. Let your head be heavy. You're releasing the back of your neck, the crease of your hips. And tuck your toes, and right where you are, find a dog. You may stay in dog or return to hands, knees, and press back to child. So your choice. Staying, finding the certainty, the stability, the stillness of your dog, or moving, inhaling at hands, knees, exhaling to child, inhaling hand, knees, exhaling to dog. And we'll all meet in child. From here we're going to build a seat. So fold your blanket in half and get both blocks. And put the blocks side by side. So they look like this. And then I'm taking my blanket over the top of them. So I've made this throne. And I sit at the edge of the throne. You can do this on a chair. You can do this at the edge of a park bench. So this is a really beautiful little way of opening the hips and opening the shoulders. We're going to finish by rinsing out the neck and the chest from a seated posture. So feet to the floor. How many times are we in a pie? We can sit on the curb. Cross your left ankle over your right. Wrap your right arm around your foot as you can and let it move. Oh. It's really nice to have a little extra height. So left hand on your left thigh, gently the pressure is into the mid-thigh, and it's as though you're taking some of the crease of your left hip and just giving it some space. And feeling how that goes all the way up into the left side back. More flexible means you can come off of the right thigh, wherever you go. Just giving it a little time, a little momentum, a little movement. Before you go anywhere, just check, can you reach your strap? That would have been a good setup first, just in case you need it over the right thigh. So check it out if you can. Draw your right heel closer. So your right shin is going to be a base for your right arm, and that will hold you steady. Your left hand holds your left heel, and maybe that reaches. So I have a counterpoint, so I can't tip over. Yeah. Yes! Look at you, didn't even think so. Right? So if that doesn't work, I want you to take your strap over the arch of your foot, as long as it needs to be, so that your left arm straightens. Both arms are straight, the spine is tall, the heart is high, and there's a stability that you've built. So soften your chest, lift up. The strap is a beautiful thing. Gives us extra long arms. Yeah, so coming up now, drop this right knee. Heart comes up. And take your left knee left. Turn to your right side. Drop into your left heel and let the weight of your left leg open from the behind your ear, down the left side of your neck, the top of the left shoulder, out through the left arm. Micro movements of the chin, the neck, the throat, the tongue. Drawing your knees wider apart, explore. And then back to center, bend your left knee, right foot flat, and we'll return to where we were. Ankle over knee, right arm around left, left hand to thigh. Oh. Yes. Awesome. So you're a little taller, a little more space. Good. And then put the left foot to the floor. Hands to elbows, elbows to knees. Fold down through the middle, widening your feet. We'll just release. Hands up on the inhale. And then fold down. Folding up.
Folding down. Just getting the breath moving. Good, one more. And change sides. So the right over the left. They'll always be different. Right hand, right thigh. Little movements, little movements. And again, notice my left side loves to tense up, and so I can use the pressure of my foot into my elbow or even into my hand to help keep the left shoulder open. Press your right thigh away, start to make some space into the right hip. As though you were opening the fist of the right hip. A little more space. See if you can allow yourself to sit up a little taller. How it relates to the jaw, the tongue, the words. Good. And then if the strap worked for you, put the strap around the arch of your foot or hold your heel. So the right arm straightens, the left leg straightens as you can. Draw your left heel closer and hand to shin. That allows you to lift your chest and lean a little bit back so we're not rounded. You really want to allow yourself to fall up and back. So into the heel, into the chest, turn your chin left and use the weight of your right leg to open the right shoulder away from the right ear. Hard up, leg long. 3. Can you find the 3-part breath? With no pauses, just smooth but full through the full length of your body. And then bringing it back in. So left foot flat, right ankle over the left knee. Wrap your arm around it, give it motion. All the way through the upper back, sitting taller. And then feet flat to the floor. Feet wide, palms together. As you lean forward, press up. Right hand takes the left wrist. Bend your knees, take your tail back. You're not trying to come back to the seat. You're squatting. Left hand held by the right wrist. Go right. And we move, exhale. And we inhale, open. And we exhale. And we inhale. One more each side. You are opening and moving anywhere that's still sticking. And we'll use this seat to put the top of one foot, one shin, one knee down. So this can be a really great upright posture. Or fitting your foot in between the calf and the thigh, the other shin down. And sometimes if you've never done lotus, sitting with the blanket and the bolster, hard up, tail back, yes. So this can be our first experience of really being very upright, shins down, knees down, chest broad, hands to thighs. And just notice if any of that gets in your way, don't do it. If you'd rather be down to the floor, go to the floor. If you'd like to feel what this is like, awesome. You'll take one hand to the back of your head and lightly pressing into the back of your head, let your spine get tall. And the other hand comes in front of you as though you're going to fog a mirror. Keeping your mouth open, you're going to breathe in and out through the mouth. Now on the exhale, you're fogging the mirror in front of you. And on the inhale, you're fogging the mirror on your back hand. Can you fog both? So exhaling, fog the front. And inhaling, fogging the back. Lengthen it out. Give it time. Use the full capacity that you made, filling the chest, lengthening the spine. A little tiny closure at the back of your throat. And when you're ready, closing your mouth, keeping that breath, keeping the forward motion and then backward motion. When you're ready, take your hands down, eyes closed. So the back of the throat closes so slightly, but no tension. That sensation of fogging the breath through the back of the head, fogging the breath through the front of the head. On your exhale, you're bringing your navel to your spine. Keep that and breathe in the chest. Inhale is filling the chest, front, back, top, bottom. Keep the navel strong. So this is Ujjayi breathing. Using the strength at your throat to build power, a breath of victory, a breath of focus and determination. Heart up, chin lightly in. We'll go 5 more rounds. Stay with it. Ujjayi breath is building a steadiness, but there's a power to it, and you may feel a little lightheaded, may feel a little bit of a buzz in the head or the face, and just continue right there. Keep it steady. You've built this incredible seat. There's your foundation. Now explore what power your breath can bring you. One more. And natural breathing. Notice the sensations that arise. The face, the throat, the head, the chest, the hands, the seat. Drop a little deeper into the hips, no holding in the back or the pelvis. Heart is high. A hint of a smile. You are naturally powerful. You don't need to hold it or force it right now. Now you simply open your sail and you remember your great inner innate victory. Whatever you have felt in your world as unfinished, feel it finished. Without being in your mind about what it is, just the sensation, yes, done. The clarity of that sensation. Whatever indecision may have been dogging you, feel the sensation of decision, not what it was about, but just the clarity of mind and the neutrality of spirit. That's simple. It's taken care of. It's decided. And be completely at ease in both of these. We sound with Om to move our own sound through us. A is in the belly, U is in the chest, M is in the head. And again, it's a clearing, it's a movement, it's a momentum. You are a natural, absolute flow. Use the sound to flow through. We'll do 9 repetitions. Inhale. Be totally still. How different our stillness is from the beginning. Let it soften and widen. An effortlessness. It may have a pulse within it. It may have a color within it. It may be absolutely noisy. Know it as your own. Staying as long as you like, or unfold. 1 foot down, 1 foot down. Come to lie on your mat. Legs long, body open, feet open, palms open. Blanket over you if needed.
deepening your breathing. Let your chin turn side to side. Take your time. Walk your feet in. And bring your hands to your shins and let your hips move. Widening your arms, keep your knees soft and let them drop to the right. Let your left arm sweep up and down along the floor. And pause with the arm wide. Rolling into the center. Knees falling left. The right hand sweeps along the floor. Your chin turns side to side. Your elbow may bend. Adjust, adjust, adjust as needed. Find your way into the places that still require attention. Pause wide. Knees to the center, hands to shins. Rolling to a cross-legged seat. Use your blanket as a bolster. Sit a little bit, hips higher than heels. Take your time. Hands coming up to hold opposite elbows. Give it a little shimmy, a little turn of the chin. Good. Press your arms into your hands to draw wide through the chest. Draw your hands against your arms as though your hands were making your arms narrower and your arms are trying to widen. Right hand down to the floor. Left hand extends. Good. And just sweep. 3, reach. And 2. Your right palm to the floor. Your left hand over. Looking down. Bend your right elbow. And straighten. As you bend your elbow, your left hip will want to come up. And there'll be a temptation to collapse. And instead, roll your left ribs away. And slowly bend your right elbow. Keep it all 3. 2. And upright. Hold opposite elbows. Little wriggle. Reach up. Arms wide. Hands hold the elbows. You're making space through the base of your neck. Length through the back of your neck. Space in the roof of your mouth and the roofs of your eyes. Left hand down, reaching over. And across. 3. Find your seat. Can you keep your hips even into the floor, even as you move your hands? Beauty. Now you're going to keep your left hand down. Reach your right hand over and across. Left elbow down. Ha. Can you keep your right hip? Keep your right ribs rolling back. Last one. Elbow down, ribs back. Right hand down, left hand to thigh, sitting tall, even and bright. Space through the back of the neck, heart up, chin in. I am this. Notice your quality of mind. Yoga is our relationship to our mind. And is this stillness that we want to land here at the throat so that our words, both outward and inward, are words that represent this state of mind.
that is responsive and alert, that is joyously innate, that is skillful at grieving, aware of the present moment, prepared to let it go. Sweep wide. Palms together, thumbs to the forehead, center. Om Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste. Happy Saturday. Happy holiday weekend. Really lovely to have a little inner quiet. Have space in your body and ability in your breath. I'll see you tomorrow morning for day 8 if you like. Or I'll be at the park tomorrow at 10:30. Vishuddha. We are deeply connected to something beyond our simple selves. When we connect to that, there is an incredible remedy for all the scarcity of not enough attention or not enough time or not enough ability or not enough money or not enough love that shows up in so many ways that interferes with what we have to say and what we have to hear. So reconnecting is so essential, but then making it our own is even doubly so, because you receive differently from how I receive. What you receive is different from what I receive, because thirdly, what you receive is yours then to translate and express. So connecting, receiving, and expressing, that's what we'll cover. If you're interested, work with me September, October, November, 18 hours, 3 hours on a Saturday, 3 hours on a Sunday for one weekend of the month to connect, to receive, and to express more and more fully, more and more freely. Right now, we are in a wackety spot of I had a different time during quarantine and it provided a different perspective of what might be possible. What do I do with that? How do I process that? What's the practice? How does my practice serve the question of what do I do now? And this is the teaching that I have in reply. And if that's appealing, it's up on the website. Send me some information. There's a contact form at the bottom. There's a live session and a Zoom session. You can do it here. You can do it through the screen. Let me know. Satnam.